first tourist to visit Malta was Ulysses. Legend has it that he couldn't tear himself away from the delicious food and Calypso, his charming hostess. But not all visitors through the ages have been fun-loving holidaymakers. Carthaginians, Romans, Turks, they've all fought over this little island so strategically placed in the middle of the Mediterranean. Hitler's armies never set foot on Malta, but the Luftwaffe more than made up for that. The horrific bombing of this vulnerable country sparked such brave resistance that she was awarded the George Cross. Now, in more peaceful times, Malta wants to be known for its tourism, its climate, and its fishing. Lampuki are colourful shoaling fish, and in Malta, the autumn is the season of the Lampuki. Lure Airport and the daily flight from Heathrow brings the latest invasion. 10 men with a mission to find and fight the Lampuki. They are the heat winners from the Television South Sea Angling Championships. 60,000 started the competition, only these 10 remain. Malta, Island in the Sun, is the venue for the final showdown. Sea anglers with rod and line aren't natural enemies of Lampuki. The locals fish for a living, not for sport, so they use nets to catch Lampuki by the boatload. The Maltese fishermen try to lure Lampuki with special floats they call chima. These are strung out across the Mediterranean, every fisherman being granted his own grounds with his own floats. The fish are then attracted to the shade of the floats. The 10 finalists hope to follow the same tactics.
I have to tell you that there is no possibility of you being able to fish tomorrow. The fishing will be from Masterschlock on Sunday.
So first, they must draw for positions and boat skippers. The draw could hold the key to the championships. 10 floats, 2 for each of the 5 boats, and it will be the task of the Maltese skippers to guide the anglers through these uncharted waters.
Right, Bob, you'd like to take the first ball out of the hat? Number 1, would you believe? Number 1, a great way to start. David Andrews, number 1, fishing off the Serene. Okay, the next one, please.
Number 3.
Number 3, Terry Clarkson.
Number 2.
Number 2, Alan. And
Number 6.
number 6, Ross.
Most of the 10 have never been abroad, let alone fished a major competition in foreign waters. They're soon picking the brains of the local experts. Banker Jeff Green from Southend is always scrupulous in his research, as you would expect from someone who works in international finance.
These 3 feathers on one line. The 3 feathers are separated by about 1 meter each on about 2 foot of line. We'll fish the surface and just below.
Already word has spread that Vincent is the wiliest of the local skippers. And Southampton builder Ron King, although not on Vincent's boat, wants all the tips he can get.
I'm a little bit concerned though, Vince, about this business, what they're on about down there, about these floats. They're saying, you know, that we're not going the best way about it.
Well, my opinion is that 20 floats is a bit too little. The way we usually fish here is go for about 40 floats, and that way you might have a better chance of catching more fish.
So what, what's the answer? Is it to ignore the floats and go on out?
No, my opinion is go for those 2 floats that we've been allocated to, and then head for the open sea.
And Robert Redmond, a toolmaker from Bognor Regis, is keen to learn all he can about Lampuki.
Lampuka is the fish in the Mediterranean which plays price most. It doesn't like being taken, and no matter what size line you have, you've always got a chance of losing it.
That's why you troll.
The most experienced finalist is Dennis Fowd, a builder from Maidstone, who's been lucky enough to be drawn in Vincent's boat. He knows a little about Lampuki, but he knows all about tiger sharks.
Well, we were fishing off the Florida coast off of Isla Morada, and we hooked a huge tiger, 14 feet long and must have gone all of 1,500 pounds. And we fought him for 7.5 hours before he finally rolled on the trace and broke free. We had him to the boat 9 times, he broke 2 gaffs. And the 9th time he rolled on the trace and broke free. But it's frustrating, but that's fishing. He won, yeah.
Without doubt, the most confident of the finalists is Terry Clarkson. unemployed and from the Isle of Sheppey. Ever since his heat, he's been predicting he'll be champion.
Well, they've got this Lampuki fish here. This is, in actual fact, the first time I've ever seen a Lampuki fish. It's a bit of a dull colour, but I have done my own work on it.
He doesn't look a very formidable opponent, but I think he is, isn't he?
Well, they say they grow to 7 feet long, 6 feet long, I think, up to 75 pounds. I'll settle for one about 20 pounds, 30 pounds, that'll do me.
However, Malta is much more than just a holiday resort.
Day 2 and a trip to the local cinema, an illustrated local history lesson. Are they taking it all in, or are they daydreaming about catching
on the
Lampuki?
crossroads between east and west, between Europe to the north and Africa to the south. The island stands like a sentinel at the entrance to the eastern Mediterranean Sea.
It's not a bad life. Idyllic weather and surroundings, slap-up meals in the best restaurants. But the fishing is drawing ever nearer. They just can't stop talking about those Lampuki. And as the tension grows, there's just a hint of aggro.
I don't think we're going to stand much chance on the ones that we've got. No, when they're talking about they're going there fishing 100 points, yeah, and we're going to fish 2. We're going to fish 2. What chance? What's the percentage?
You said 2 floats.
No, in no way.
We go fishing.
Hey guys,
You've had a chance to meet the local fishermen and the people who are going to be in charge of the boats. What's your impression?
whenever I talk to my skipper, he disappears.
Is that worrying for you?
I would like to talk to him before they do.
But Richard Wheeler is out to enjoy himself come what may. When you work on a sewage farm, you can always see the funny side of life. Now, the fish that you're out to catch is the Lampuki. What do you know about it, Richard?
Not a lot. But I couldn't get any books on the subject, but the fish haven't read the books, so we're on equal footing.
At last, it's time to take to the water. It's only a cruise round the harbour, but even this is a problem for Ramsgate accountant David Andrews. Dave, you won the Southend heat, didn't you? How different do you think fishing in Malta is going to be to Southend?
Oh, completely different. I don't think there's any comparison at all. Southend, the waters were 20, 30 foot deep at most. That was bottom fishing.
Now, the seas could be rough when you fish on Sunday. Is that going to be a problem for you, Dave?
I must admit, I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm not a great sailor at the best of the time, so it's fingers crossed and hopefully it's calm. And,
Well, you haven't been sick on this one yet.
no, but it's about the limit of my endurance.
The granddad of the party is 57-year-old Alan Barrington, a carpenter from Poole. He's the rank outsider. Alan, what are your first impressions of Malta?
Lovely. Yes, marvellous experience. All of it. It's new as well to me. I've been to Cyprus, but not to Malta.
Now, this is the first angling competition you ever entered, isn't it?
It is, yes.
That's amazing. You got through. Are you...
Well, I'm as amazed as anybody, yeah.
Are you worried about your competitors?
I'm not worried, no.
Are you in all of them?
In all of them. I don't say I'm in all of them. I respect them. They've all got better pedigrees than I have, but I'll do my best.
As with all good tourists, there's ice cream and a trip to the Craft Village, a former Royal Air Force base. The boisterous trio of Ron King, Terry Clarkson and Dennis Froud are establishing themselves as the jokers in the pack. But not all of Dennis's trips abroad have been so easygoing.
We were on the Isle of Cueva, Pacific coast of Panama, where they've got a fishing camp for 20 anglers and a prison that holds 1,500 convicted murderers. While we were there, they had a breakout and they came across the island to the camp and took us hostage at gunpoint, where they held us hostage for just over an hour, very terrifying. And the local militia arrived by boat and they shot it out between them with us in the middle, laying on the floor. And it was a pretty frightening experience. But at the end, we were fortunate enough for them to take some hostages outside, and two of the chaps that we were with got a rifle from the back room and shot 2 of the guys through the window, and the 3rd guy was shot by the local militia. The others decided to escape while they could, and they were taken and shot later.
Horrifying.
Terrible, yes.
You got away okay in the end?
Yes, we got onto the management of the camp, who radioed Panama, and they sent a seaplane out to pick us up immediately.
You won't be going back in a hurry?
No, they offered us a free holiday this year, but we declined.
Malta looks much more peaceful.
Very much so, yes.
Day 3, and some people haven't got over the flight yet. Tom Latchford, an electrician from Southend.
It's a bit scary, you know, especially taking off, you know. I thought, you know, it was going backwards, the plane, you know. I thought it was Aer Lingus or something instead, you know.
Tom, I'm told that you're the dark horse in this competition and you've got a secret weapon.
Well, the mother-in-law, well, she knitted me a load of those. I couldn't get the right colour, so she knitted one in the red, you know, loads. She sat there all patient and knitted them, lovely, you know.
Like Muppets?
Yeah, like Muppets,
Yeah. How many of them have you got?
Loads of them, about a bag full somewhere.
And do you really think they're going to do the trick?
They might not, you know, they might. But you've got to keep trying.
Dennis, you've been angling all around the world. What special gear have you got for Malta?
Well, mainly Japanese feathers, but I think we'll take most types of game fish are a Japanese feather. You can take any type of game fish on these, lampuki, baitfish and tuna. I think really we're going to stand a better chance with the tuna in the competition than the lampuki, as they weigh slightly heavier per pound per fish.
Can we see some of the lures you've got for us?
These will be the standard lures I shall use. If we come across a shoal of larger fish, then these are real killers. This is a Rito's rig, and it's an absolute killer for lampuki over 15 pounds.
Yeah, great.
Also, the green machine, again, is an absolute killer for fish with a 15 pounds plus. We might not see any, but if we do, you've got to be ready for them.
Now, you gave the game away then when you said you might be going for tuna. That's a dramatic change of tactics. Why?
Well, after talking to the local fishermen last night, the tuna seem to be running in a bigger average size than the lampuki, and they seem to be shoaling tighter.
Can you just give us a quick demonstration with your rod on what you need for tuna?
Well, you need a rod with a good strong butt, because when you're trolling, the rod's in the rod holder. When the fish strikes the lure, the rods often break off across the butt and you lose the whole shebang. You also need a good reel with a very smooth lever drag so that you can see exactly how much drag pressure that you're putting on the fish. That's full off, and you can push it to full on in just one smooth movement. All the other lads have got star drag reels, and you just don't know where you are with your pressure setting.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning in Marshashlock, a typical fishing village in the south of the island. Today is the big day. 8 hours on the Med in search of lampuki. And there's some last-minute controversy. After interrogating the locals, the competitors feel they've no chance of a big catch with only 2 floats per boat. The National Federation of Sea Anglers agree and adapt the draw to give each boat 10 floats. It is, after all, the first time a major competition has been fished in these waters. This is a rather pleasant journey into the unknown. When the boats locate their floats, they circle each one, looking for the telltale signs of lampuki. All 10 are desperate for an early strike. That first fish gives the confidence a big boost, even for old hands like Dennis Froud. And if it's a lampuki, well, so much the better. Dennis is using 3 lures, a white Jap feather, a yellowtail gig, and a small white bucktail. Sounds impressive. But the Lampuki are elusive. Dennis makes his first catch, but it turns out to be an amberjack. Eventually, he catches a Lampuki, and it's well worth the wait, living up to its name as the most spectacular of all the game fish. A vivid fluorescent purple-blue in the water, and out, brilliant speckled yellow on the flanks, and a gleaming silver belly. Richard Wheeler, fishing with Dennis Froud on Vincent's boat, makes a good start. He's just using red and white Jap feathers. David Andrews, no doubt, will be telling the story about the one that got away. His line was snapped by the propeller, and he lost that one. Robert Redman has come to grips with a couple of Lampuki, and he's been using plastic squid as bait. But it seems the hot favourite is building up a good lead. So, 60,000 anglers began the competition. Now the top 10 must weigh in for the last time.
Terry Clarkson from Sheppey, 8.17 pounds.
Terry Clarkson realises he's not going to win after all. The smiler's gone. He's down to 6th place.
Joe Leaper from South.
The quiet Scotsman, Joe Leaper from Southend, celebrates 3rd place with a haul of £15. Richard Wheeler, the youngest of the 10, takes 2nd place. That's not bad for a chap whose fishing trips normally amount to a wet weekend in Dungeness.
Richard Wheeler from Farnham, 18.01 pounds.
But there's no substitute for experience.
And the winner is Dennis Froud from Maidstone with £25.24.
Congratulations, you're the first TVS Angling champion.
Thank you very much indeed.
Fantastic catch.
Yes, very, very good indeed. Very pleased.
What was the toughest thing out there?
Finding the fish, I think. Once we found the fish on the floats, we caught them.
And what about these Lampuka? Because they're mostly Lampuka in there, aren't
Yeah,
they?
mostly Lampukas.
Are they
6
tough?
Tuna.
Are they a fighting fish?
Yes, they are a fighting fish. You've got to be careful that they've got the lure right in the mouth, otherwise they fall off at the side of the boat, as several of the other lads have found out.
Why do you think you're champion? I mean, what have you got that the others haven't?
A little more experience, I think, of this kind of fishing, which might have given me a slight edge, and a good boat skipper, absolutely first-class skipper that put us on the fish.
Well, you've fished all around the world, haven't you?
Yeah.
How does this compare?
This compares favourably. The fish are not so big as the other places I've fished, but they still fight just as hard.
The morning after, and it's now Terry Clarkson who's making the news. He wants to take his catch home with him, so his fish are in the hotel freezer. And he thinks the competition wasn't fair.
I feel firmly in my mind, and the other anglers do as well, but no way is it the way to select a champion of champions, because it is in fact just glorified mackerel fishing. Had it been bottom fishing, where you use baits and use your own experience of the fish that you're catching, and employ your skills as an angler, then I think that is the way to prove a champion, especially a champion of champions. And it's for the south of England, so it's the biggest thing I've ever fished for. And I was very disappointed, extremely disappointed. So was Dave Andrews, the other guy in my boat. And it was luck, extremely lucky. I mean, 1 minute Dave was 4 fish up on me. I had 1 strike. I didn't even know what that was. And the skipper said, that was a strike, you missed a fish. So, thanks very much. Dave went 4 fish up on me, and within an hour, I had 7, and Dave was still on 4. I mean, that's lucky.
It's not a touch of sour grapes.
None whatsoever. The young lad that won it, Dennis, he's fished for Lampuki before. He's experienced it, and he had a good skipper. I think the competition was decided on the draw.
So if you'd had his skipper, you would have won?
No, I don't say I would have won, but had I had Vincent, the skipper of the winning boat, I think the result would have been different.
It gives me great pleasure to ask Mr. Dennis Froud, our winner today, to step forward to receive the trophy from the Honourable Minister for Tourism.
Mr. Froud, congratulations. Thank you very much.
At one instance there, we were going along and a local fishing boat started waving at us and got rather frantic, and our skipper pulled away from him knowing that we were on his float, and he went up forward and brought out a rifle and made us come over towards him, pointed the rifle at us.
We came along in the boat and we suddenly see a turtle in the water, so the skipper got gas and gassed the turtle into the boat. And he's there upside down with its mouth open, trying to eat everybody, you know.
I think altogether I lost 6 fish. 3 rough at the edge of the boat when we were trying to get them out, and 3 on the way in.
Ron, a little bit of a disappointing result for you, but I think you feel you could have won it.
Well, I could have done if I had carried on with what the skipper was going to do for us, and that was to put all the fish in that he caught in our bags.
Now, we've had Lampuki on the menu tonight, and you've eaten it. What do you think of it?
I didn't eat a lot of it, actually. I'm not a very fishy person.
What have you thought of the meal tonight, Tom?
I didn't like the fish a lot, you know.
It was Lampuki.
I know, didn't like the fish a lot.
I got the first, well, I think it was the first fish of the competition. I had 2 fish on there, but one dropped off, so I got the other one quicker than Dennis got his 2 fish in. And then I was fishing with 25-pound line, and I should imagine 3 fish hit at once, and they took everything. So that was that. And then there was another one, it was in the boat. The boatman had it in his hands, and it jumped out of his hand, so that was 5 fish lost.
The fighting qualities of the fish is absolutely wonderful, and the colours when they come out of the water, they lose them after they're dead. But it's a canary yellow colour with black spots, with a blue hue to the head and the fin, and they fight. They just jump out of the water. Marvellous, you know. It's something that we don't have back home.
Cheers, Dennis. Vincent.
Thank you very much.
Next time.
Thank you.
And so the curtain comes down on the first major angling competition staged in Malta. A competition that has hardly struck fear into the hearts of the real winners, the magnificent Lampuki.